Okay, so now we move on to question 3, structuring the text to interest you as the reader. Remember, it's about the whole structure of the text and it's about you and what you find interesting. So we divide our text into 3 parts. Beginning. Oh, don't like that highlighter. Let me use the pink pen. Beginning is here. We've already looked at the beginning and explored it, so we should have a little bit to say about this already. Then we're going to look at the middle section here, which actually scrolls down to about there. And then finally, we look at our end section here, from one day you'll tell us about the story behind your name to relax, you're a member of the state now. So when we look at the beginning, we've already established the atmosphere of the city. So we know that we can talk about these things. This is a little bit of copy and paste. You might just pick 1 or 2 things that interest you. Remember, it's not structure, it's not language, sorry, it's structure. So we would think about setting and place here and talk about the atmosphere. So then we'll move down to our middle section and we spend a little bit of time reading here and thinking back to things that we know about structure. What's changed? What's the focus shifted to? Have we moved time? Does it zoom in on anything here? Do we meet anyone different? So just take a few minutes to think about that. We've got some dialogue here, and then we're thinking, zooming in on people. So we zoom in on these 2 men, think about their importance. Remember, we would talk about characters here. And perhaps the dialogue here. And then we'll think about, is there anything else in this section that you might want to explore or anything that interests you? Then we move down to the end. So here we think about again what's changed, what's shifted, what's being zoomed in on. Are we still in the same place? For me, I'm thinking this is quite important. One day you'll tell us the story behind your name, the American said. So for me, we're zooming in on the importance of this name, and you learn about that in this paragraph, and it talks about how the father had suffered and an acknowledgement that this new Pervaz was born out of vengeance and justice. So we have a complete flashback which helps set the context of the name and why it was there. So I would talk about this section. Towards the end we have this element of relax, you're now a member of the state, which for me is incredibly sinister. It's almost like he's owned, which might become quite interesting. For me, there is an element of foreboding here. Good luck.